All right, we're going to look at how the shoes from Pandabuy bought over the last few months are wearing. Here's your warning now. If you don't like looking at dirty soles of shoes, turn away now, because that's basically what we're going to look at, is the wear on these different shoes. All right, we're going to start with these Zions. I'll put the dates up of how long ago they were purchased, and we'll talk about roughly how long and how much wear I've had with each of them. So the Zions are working... the Zions are wearing pretty well. These ones, I reckon I've worn at least 20 times. So obviously you need to get a few years worth of wear out of shoes, but you know, this is sort of reps versus real stuff. So the tread pattern here looks pretty good. You know, it's wearing okay like a normal shoe. The rest of it, wear and tear, is okay. Like the creasing is good. It's interesting, the print inside there, you can see where the Zion kind of voodoo print has worn off. Now I don't know whether the real ones would do that or not. I've got some Vans that I've worn literally for years and that hasn't worn off at all, but this print has, so I don't know whether that's a quality issue or not, but the rest of the shoe is performing pretty well. Next up, the TNs. These are relatively new TNs actually in the last batch, so they're not that old, but they've been worn pretty extensively and they get thumped. These ones, you're getting a little bit of scrape around the toe box, but yeah, these things are being worn every single day and used and abused. The tread pattern, that's okay, that's wearing pretty normally. What we've got here though is this has come away, so I'm going to have to glue that back together. Now I'm pretty sure you're not going to get that happen on a normal TN. You can see by the scrapes, these things are being thumped, worn at least 3 times a week for the last few weeks, and worn by a teenager kicking around soccer. Like, they're getting a thumping. They're okay apart from that. These TNs are the oldest pair. Again, I'll put the dates up with each of these about how long ago they were purchased. Dog hair everywhere. These ones are getting absolutely destroyed as well, thumped and destroyed. But again, they're kind of only a couple of months old of daily use, so I'm pretty sure that whatever compounds they're using, like this is the more recent TN. I mean, check that out. Whatever rubber compound they're using in the soles is not great. Now, I don't know how they're comparing to a real pair, but I would have expected these ones to last longer. Like this kind of wear on the soles, I would expect after, like, you know, a year, not a couple of months. You know, these ones are trash. These are gone. Basically, you've lost all that stuff around this kind of red part of it. But yeah, like honestly, for the 25 US or whatever that was paid for this, they're not wearing that great. You know, the sole's not, sorry, the upper is not that bad, but from a tread perspective, yeah, I would expect more. I would expect a real pair to last longer. Here's another pair of TNs, similar batch, haven't had as much daily use. We've got splits here where you can see to the whatever kind of padding is underneath that. Again, the tread is wearing, the sole is wearing a lot faster than I would expect. These ones haven't had the daily use like the other, but you got cracks here. This is all gone. I would have expected better. You got some paint coming off here. This is obviously painted, not a treated, different type of material. You got some wear here from the on-off, but yeah, you got some splitting in the upper. You know, I guess for $25 compared to 140 or something, it's not bad, but still, you get what you pay for, right? These things are wearing a lot faster. This is the first Yeezy batch, which didn't have the Boost and Adidas on the sole, so these were the cheaper batch. These are getting a bit of use, and look, they're not bad actually. The upper is standing up really well, and the sole is wearing, but you've still got good tread pattern on it. So these ones, not bad, not bad. These black Yeezys have probably had the most wear out of all the pairs I'm going to show, and again, holding up well. These are the cheaper Yeezy pairs, like the cheaper reps, because they don't have the Boost and Adidas on the bottom, but I'm quite happy with the way these are wearing. They're just wearing slowly, really, and I would expect to get 12 months or more use out of this. The uppers are fine, soles are wearing okay. This was the newest and most expensive Yeezy batch. So these ones do have the Boost on the bottom, and they say Adidas on the toe, whereas you can see the cheaper ones don't. I think they're wearing the same, like whatever compound they're using here. I guess it's more comparable to this pair with that lighter. The other one's all black. This is sort of a lighter and tint. But look, all in all, happy. This I don't think this had the Adidas inside. This has Adidas printed, Adidas Yeezy printed inside, which has worn off quite quickly. But, you know, from the outside, the upper's wearing well, stitching staying together. So, yeah, reasonably happy with this pair as well. Just from comparison, this is sort of a pair of, I think, Asics. Yeah, they're an Asics brand shoe. And these things have been smashed for at least 2 years. Yeah, you can see the pattern has worn off there. All of this thread had this triangle pattern, but like that's 2 years worth of use, and none of it has come apart glue wise. And you know, from a wear perspective, this thing's wearing a lot better than those TNs. These are the SB Dunks. They're a reasonably recent purchase, but they're fantastic actually. So they're getting a lot of use, a lot of wear. They're okay. Like, you know, there's some creasing here, but I would expect that of a normal shoe. All the printing inside the Nike SB Zoom Air hasn't worn off at all, different to the Zions. They're, you know, this material is surprisingly robust. It's holding up very well. The tread is holding up. You know, you can see there's a little wear around here, the little stars there. All these stars that are around the side is wearing. I would expect that because these are a daily wear and they're getting a lot of wear. Otherwise, all the stitching's holding up. Yeah, very happy with those. They were more expensive. This is a super cheap dunk. This is like one of those off the spreadsheet, the bargain dunks, and was in the first batch we ever brought in from pandabuy. They're holding up okay. There is, you know, I got no complaints with this one. You've got the star pattern around the tread there that is well defined, hasn't really worn much at all. And these things are getting a lot of wear. There is a little bit of creasing happening in the toe area there, which I would expect of any leather shoe, you know, of any dunk. These ones are okay. They were, I think, like $16 or something, so they were super cheap, and you know, pretty happy with that. The Nike inside hasn't worn at all, so I'm surprised that the Zions wore, but maybe it was just because they're a more complicated print or something. But yeah, anyway, these cheap budget dunks, they're actually not very comfortable, and they're a standard dunk. They're not going to be as comfortable as an SB dunk, but these are actually, yeah, they're kind of just a more kick around shoe because they're not that comfortable. The SB Dunks are much better.